Tonight on Podcast Them Down, more Metallica music videos. Hail Metal Nation, it is I, Tim, bassist extraordinaire of Fade to Black Metallica Tribute, the only band that matters during Maytallica. And joining me, I didn't introduce you guys last time, so I figured I should do it this time. Joining me is Dave, the drummer of dual violin folk metal band Eisenmore and American power metal band Burning Shadows. And Doug and Matt, longtime Podcast Them Down, Podcast Them Downers. Alright, so like last time, I'm going to read all those Fade to Black tour dates coming up. We're coming to your city if you live in one of the following cities. May 13th, Wilmington, Delaware at the Queen. June 4th, in Asheville, North Carolina at the Orange Peel. July 16th, Baltimore, Maryland. That's wrong. The Fishhead Cantina is in Halethorpe, Maryland, hun. That's clearly county and not city. But, you know, whatever. Baltimore County, Maryland at Fishhead Cantina. August 19th, Raleigh, North Carolina at the Lincoln Theater. August 20th, Greenville, North Carolina, the State Theater. August 26th, Bristol, Tennessee at Sidetracks. August 27th, Lynchburg, Virginia at Lido's. September 15th through 17th, Ocean City, Maryland at Ocean City Bike Week, hon. October 1st in Baldwinsville, New York at Average Joe's Beernasium. October 13th, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the Harley Davidson. And November 5th in Newark, Delaware at Halftime. Go to the Facebook. Make sure you follow all the events in case there have been any changes. There's probably more dates coming. I don't know. I don't do the booking. So who knows what Zach has in store for us. So, and if your city wasn't listed, contact your local venue and demand Fade to Black, and we'll be there. And we'll play songs that you love. And we'll play songs that we love and you may not. That's what happens.
And check out steelresolve.com for more information on your favorite metal bands.
That's right. And there's Fade to Black merch at steelresolve.com. So, all right.
When you're in Ocean City, will you be introduced by DJ Batman?
I don't think DJ Batman is alive anymore.
Oh, no.
I know.
We got Fade to Black Metallica tribute. All right.
Yeah, so that show is down at by Wild Bill's, which is near Division Street, right off the boardwalk. So, like, there's going to be people walking along the boardwalk, not knowing that they went to Ocean City during Bike Week, and if the motorcycles weren't enough, the Metallica will push them over the top. So,
I sure know you're in Ocean City that weekend, hon.
That's right.
DJ Batman's last tweet was in January 2020.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
That's more recent than I expected.
Oh, fuck.
So
maybe he just stopped tweeting.
Oh, no, he's good. It's good. He's good. He updated his Facebook page yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. That's great. What? Yeah. There it is. All right.
DJ Batman is alive. All right.
Yeah. You don't have to read anything into that date.
All right.
No.
So, last episode we were reviewing some Metallica music videos that luckily I got the jump on a lot of you. You didn't know some of those existed. So, do you know this exists? There's a theatrical cut of The Unforgiven.
What?
So it's 11 minutes long, and here we go. All right, so The Unforgiven, the song, off the Black Album, the best-selling metal album of all time, is not 11 minutes. So
it's not even. I don't think this is slightly longer than 6 minutes, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. So the original video starts the same way. But this theatrical version has just like longer cuts of everything, but it's interesting to hear what they do to the music. And by the way, all of these music videos you can find at Metallica's YouTube page. They put them all up on YouTube in a handy dandy playlist. Playlist. All right, so if you're familiar with the song, they've just repeated something like more times than it should, and then it faded out. And now there's just like images. So if you've seen the video, you know all these images. But now it's there's like much longer shots of all the images, and there's all these weird ambient effects. And
breaking news. DJ Batman did not like Metallica on Facebook, but he did like La Quinta Inn and Suites, Ocean City.
We don't give a shit!
Man, that button is going to be handy even after Maytallica.
I think I already hate that drop.
Yeah, I feel like I won't have a whole lot.
Give a shit! Oh.
So, are you familiar with the original, the song cut of the the video? So yeah, this young boy basically finds like a Shawshank Redemption style hole behind a clown poster, right?
Yeah.
And so he climbs into this room, and the boy appears to be blind. And
he lives in that same room that the puppet in that Tool video lives in.
Yes. So he spends much of the video trying to, so in the theatrical version, it's showing the kid is not tall enough to reach what he's trying to reach. Right. Because, like, I guess the bottom half of the room is metal, and above that is some sort of rock. Okay? And
Kind of like Metallica.
yeah.
But in the episode, Doug just won the episode. Good night, everybody.
Good night. So, I don't know. In the theatrical versions, boy just found a pocket watch.
Like, did you turn off the sound, or is this just like a long soundless?
It's a bunch of like weird ambient quiet stuff that I'm talking over. So anyway, in the video, in the normal video, so the kid has now created a little pile of dirt to stand on, so he can reach past the metal into the rock or clay, and basically he starts carving. He's using like an ice pick or something to carve into it, right? And the kid's making all these weird faces, and who knows what's going on. He's pacing in a circle. So during the main video, he grows real old.
Yeah.
The whole time carving. He's carving into the wall, and what it turns out he's carving is a big block. A rectangle cube.
Yeah.
Which he then uses to plug the hole that he crawled into the room through. And that's the video. That's the whole thing.
You know, they're really sort of underplaying the "and quickly he's subdued" part of this song. Because this is taking quite a while.
Oh, yeah. This is 11 minutes. This is 11 minutes.
He's met a girl. He's flexing. So, you know, watching the regular cut of the video, I always assumed he was trapped in the room, but clearly not. This is the place he goes.
Well, that's the thing. He traps himself in the room on purpose.
Okay.
Because, well, that's kind of like what the song is talking about. So right now, these images you may be familiar with from the final cut. It's like the kid kind of crying in the chair.
Yeah.
The girl. Okay, so now the song's starting again. And the kid is dragging that chair that he was just crying, and he's dragging it, I assume, to the hole.
Did they release this contemporarily or like 10 years later? Just because?
I think it was on one of the VHSs they put out in the 90s.
Like
Well, yeah,
the video gets it's 11 minutes too short. Get on it. Get that B-roll out here.
This was obviously too arty to just put out there, you know. And I'm finding it hard to like continue to talk over.
Yeah, it's not providing a whole lot of conversation.
Yeah.
pieces.
Right.
It's so kind of.
I mean, that's a nice shot.
Thank you.
On track.
Yep.
Makes you wonder how much water they used for the shot of the pipes spewing water.
The leaking storm drains or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this room he found is in the storm drains. But so he's pulling this chair into the holes.
Drop the chair.
Yeah, drop the chair.
Right. And I think he wants to use that chair to finish carving his
Oh, that's a good
carving
idea.
the block. Right, because he's not tall enough to reach. So if you're familiar with the Unforgiven songs, all three of them, the idea is that he won't forgive himself. And that becomes very clear in Unforgiven 3. So, I always wish the chorus to Unforgiven 3 was like Unforgiven 2. You know, why can't it be that I'm Unforgiven 3?
That would be amazing.
Oh, can't you see? So, all right. So now all of a sudden, the young boy is older because it's verse 2. You see,
he's a bitter man. In fact,
but basically, the protagonist won't forgive himself, and that's why he's locking himself away. Like,
but you know, you'd think he would have been able to do a better job. I think he just pissed away a lot of these like prime years. Now that he's like 70 and still carving this stupid block.
Well, maybe it's a I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's like a persistent problem that he's had, you know, his inability to forgive himself. And he like, you know, he comes back to it every so often. He's like, I should shut myself away. And then he doesn't. And he collects all these trinkets and he writes stuff in his blood like he's doing now. You know?
So he has like lots of good years. Like his 50s are all gravy. He's like a stock car racer. And then he's like, fuck, man, this shit's garbage. I'm going to go carve the block out of the wall again.
Yeah. So he's super, super duper old now.
What came out first? This video or Countdown to Extinction?
He just did the Call of the Winter Moon. You know, the sudden pose.
His hair seems to be really inconsistent. Oh, there's that girl.
How come he got old but the girl didn't?
Then I saw little Jimmy Peterson and I said, hello, little Jimmy Peterson.
And he starts crying. I said, wait, if that's Jimmy Peterson, he would have grown up too.
So I think the little girl has got to be the object of his guilt. And so she is kind of eternally young in that moment that he's unable to forgive himself about. Which is why he sees her like that, even though he's old and gray.
All right, so he's succeeded in carving out the block from the wall, and he's now plugging the hole through which he crawled. And I guess he's an old man on one end and a young man on the other end. So I guess he's trying to break the cycle? I don't know. This is too heady for me.
I guess. Like, I feel like in the 90s, you just needed like a black and white video with a bunch of weird ass shit going on.
Yeah.
And people would like it.
So there was a keyhole, a shot of a keyhole. That comes back in Unforgiven 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I take this key and I bury it in you. And then there's...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the whole, like, you could think it's dumb that there's an Unforgiven 2 and 3, but, like, I challenge you to read the lyrics, because they're clearly very personal and heavy. So, not like heavy, but like, you know.
Marty McFly style heavy.
Yeah.
No.
Are you calling me a chicken, Dave? Oh, there's that key.
Yeah, there's the key. It comes back. Oh, and there's some old man flab.
Oh, that's unnecessary.
All right, so what did you think? We're at the end. We're at the end finally.
Well, I mean, I like the actual Unforgiven video. I'm not sure that adding 6 minutes of just weird, black and white footage in front of it helps much.
I agree. Like the theatrical cut doesn't add anything for me other than 6 minutes. You know what I mean?
It's like,
if there was new music, did they do the Unforgiven on S&M too?
I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
Because if they didn't, that's 2 golden opportunities to make an amazing song missed. But at any rate, if they had done something like add any kind of new musical content, I would have been much more excited about this than I am now.
Yeah, so I'm glad I got you all to suffer through it with me.
I don't know. It didn't feel
I'm
like
glad
11 minutes to me.
It did not feel like 11 minutes. I'll agree with that.
It just flew by.
That's true. By the time it ended, I expected that there would be more once the song formally ended, and then we might hear like the intro again as outro.
Nope.
yeah, like I kept waiting for something to happen. Like I kept waiting for something to tell me more about the situation in the video or give me something, but it just seemed like extra footage that was rightly cut. You know?
No, I agree with you. I'm not arty enough to appreciate the long version, because I feel like the song length version captures it all.
But it's just weird to have a music video that's longer with the song and has so much just silence. You know, if you intercut another Metallica song here, I don't know what off the Black Album could really work.
Maybe the middle of My Friend in Misery. That's all you got.
something, right? It just needs, it needs to have that. It's just silence. It's just lots of silence in the middle of a music video, which seems, at least, maybe I'm a stupid rube, but I feel like a music video needs music of some kind.
It's time to move on. You just watched an 11-minute video that didn't feel like 11 minutes. You just wish there wasn't silence. Now you're gonna wish this next video is gonna feel like 11 minutes, and you're gonna wish there's silence. Saint Anger. Yes. Title track music video. Yes. They're at San Quentin in 2004, I want to say.
Oh, but were they going to sign the waivers?
Yeah.
Man.
So right here, the nice Mr. Policeman corrections officer is like, you got to sign a waiver because we have a no hostage policy or something like that.
Because of the policies of the California prison system, does Robert Trujillo have to play in a different yard? Like, how does that work?
Jeez.
Wow. I don't believe Lars's feet are actually moving that quickly.
So the point of this video, if the closest thing to a point of this video is Metallica's playing at San Quentin, which isn't that near San Francisco?
Cash. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why James is wearing all black, Doug.
So James looks like he's wearing Jason's hat from the I Disappear video. Oh. So after they fired him, he got the hat back and he wears it in this one. Anyway, Metallica's playing various parts of the San Quentin prison.
Is that an explicit fuck you to Jason? All
Maybe.
these prisoners kind of look like Jason too.
And
Sorry, they had to listen to this song.
damn it, that's the joke I was gonna make. Damn it.
Why? Because you're just so pumped up and it's so amazing, Doug.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to set aside any Saint Anger album discussions because I want to do an episode focusing on it. But
That's gonna be called Matt and Mark versus the world.
maybe. Yeah, so Metallica's playing in the yard. What a weird sentence. Metallica's playing in like one of the cell blocks or whatever, and they just set up and played the song a bunch of times for the prisoners. The prisoners are all watching, and some of them seem to be enjoying themselves, and some of them just seem to be like observing, you know?
Yeah.
I like to think there were so many takes they were just really bored. All right, let's do it again, folks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having to hear Saint Anger over and over while being paraded around a prison?
I think
that guy
this
knows.
video caused several cases to go to the California Supreme Court over cruel and unusual punishment. Your Honor, I'd like you to play the song they played.
That was
Now
the other
play it
joke
10
I was
more
going to
times.
make. Damn it.
Who are these old guys? Why can't they play some Metallica?
So I guess to spice up the video, they have mug shots of some of the guys.
I get it.
But I they're clearly like actors, right?
I like to think that this video was shot by the production crew of MSNBC's Lockdown, and they just got 2 paychecks that day.
Oh, it's just like the Jonas Ackerlund thing.
Yeah.
Like we're already filming.
So we may as well just collaborate.
So,
God,
but
they don't have enough footage to
if you
do a
watch
playthrough without cutting to that studio.
So if you watch closely, they show like very brief reenactments of the crimes that put some of the guys who have mugshots in jail. And that's why I said they're actors.
Yeah.
And that doesn't add anything. We know they're human.
There's nothing the criminal justice system loves more than having criminals reenact crimes.
Look at this dangerous criminal. Here's how he made his dangerous crime.
Didn't they close down San Quentin? Anyone? No?
I don't know.
Pretty sure they did.
There we go. That's the good stuff right there.
James
Classic
didn't scream that onto the mic like he should have. He screamed it to the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. Lars has got one of those stupid drum heads that makes your snare drum sound like a trash can.
Didn't he just take the snares off?
Still open.
So
I don't even know.
yeah, so like this video at this point doesn't add. There's nothing new. It's just more reenactments of crimes, more shots of prisoners, more shots of Lars's bleached blonde hair.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he lost it all. He bleached it too much.
You do that after a certain age and you're done for.
You know what's a fun
why I
fact? Is Robert Trujillo is the longest serving bassist in Metallica. Oh, there's a prosthetic leg.
Wow, that's
For all the
incredible.
souls impacted by San Quentin, your spirit will forever be a part of Metallica. And that's how they end the video.
Yeah.
Wait, how? Why?
Because they broke the law.
Did they?
Did Metallica?
Metallica? I don't think Metallica did. Yeah.
How many of these guys in San Quentin are there for downloading MP3s?
What are you in for? I violated the Millennium Digital Copyright Act.
I was considering doing an episode about Metallica versus Napster, but it would just turn into me ranting about Spotify for 45 minutes. So I will here's how that episode would have gone in a nutshell. Lars was right.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
Do you still talk to that guy who was a friendly neighborhood drug dealer back in the day?
I don't
What's
know
his
who you're
name?
talking about, so no.
The guy who had the video of himself riding a bike off a roof to impress some 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
No, I don't talk to him anymore. That's when he broke his hip.
Was he dealing drugs?
Yeah, and he also managed to get sued
Allegedly.
I wish I had known at the time. No, I heard about the alleged the alleged steak scam that was ongoing.
Wait. What's a steak scam?
He would shoplift.
Oh, okay, all right. Who wants a New York strip? And then he just opens up his jacket.
He put him down his pants. Yeah.
They've been tenderized.
But he'd wear those like Jinko style jeans, you know. The huge
Okay,
ones.
yeah. Okay.
You could put a cow in there and no one would know.
You could put a baby veal in there.
A baby veal?
Yeah. You know,
the MPA or the recording, whatever the body, they went after him, right? And he was supposed to pay like $3,000.
Oh, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it was like a big thing in our apartment for like a day. Oh man,
I do know.
Believe it.
There was the vandalization of a police car at one point.
I remember.
I forget if that was him or his friends, but like it's like that should be one of the little clips in the Saint Anger video.
I remember an individual I once knew who got in trouble because he lived in a house in which an illegal activity was going on, and the police found paraphernalia in their trash, and he was very upset because that was unconstitutional. And even after I showed him the Supreme Court case that ruled it wasn't unconstitutional, he told me, "That's fucking bullshit, man. They can't do that." I was like, 1972, bro. It's right here.
Yikes.
All right. You want to move on from Law and Order
Yes, please.
to All right, A or B? Matt, choose A or B.
Gotta pick B.
B? Man,
B.
fuck you. All right. So this might be one of my favorite videos. I don't know if I like it more than Spit Out the Bone, but I like
Okay.
it a whole lot. Despite current world events.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is this Metallica's tribute to Vladimir Putin?
No, this is
He's a good guy. He loves his people.
from Death Magnetic.
Uh-oh.
All Nightmare Long.
Oh, no.
Have you seen this video?
I have not.
All right, so it is styled as a 60s era Soviet science experiment video.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So
It looks
they
like
start
a
with the
George Romero video.
They start with
Like
the
movie.
Tunguska
Tunguska. Okay.
incident. And
I don't think the Soviets would have paid to license the Futura font.
and so basically this Russian scientist is showing all these like pictures
Okay.
from the incident, and then there's a bunch of Cyrillic writing, right? And it's revealed that this incident in Soviet Russia in 1908 Was it Soviet then? I don't think it was. Anyway, in Russia,
No.
It was Imperial Russia.
there's some sort of space meteor from space revived dead things. So the Soviets use it to reanimate stuff.
Okay.
So deceased animals. They call it a spore. And so the Soviets are trying to harvest it. And I can't tell if there's like space aliens. Like there's a bug-looking space aliens, or they're using it to reanimate the dead. But either way, this whole video for All Nightmare Long plays out as a great horror movie type thing. Like
yeah, they're
80s
talking about
horror
the
movie.
spores. They were showing the anatomy of it.
Exposed
They
to
clearly
foreign
had the
tissues, the
Google
spores
Translate
mimic
working.
other cells. Instead of offspring, they become skin cells, nerves, muscle.
That's a delicious looking steak.
Yeah, they're
They're
injecting
injecting the
spores into the
spores.
steak.
Relevant story about shoplifting steak.
Okay.
Like a split worm, a part of the organism can reconstitute the whole. So now the steak is like moving around. Human tests show promise with few ill effects reported. So they're putting the spores into a guy's arm wound now. And
okay.
after 8
8 hours.
Shasov. What's Shasov
hour?
mean? Hours?
Hour.
All right, and his wound is healed. This cat dead for weeks is the first test on putrefied tissue. These are all subtitles I'm reading if you're not watching. And then the kitty starts twitching. Oh, and the dead kitty's alive. Good kitty. Lazarus stirs. They named him Lazarus because of course they did. So the Russian scientists and doctors are celebrating with champagne. Oh, but
That's
the kitty,
plausible.
that kitty seems angry.
That kitty is a bitch.
All right, so then jump ahead to 1948.
Hooray, Soviet.
Huh?
We are in lockstep with every advance of our enemies but one. And then there's like, I don't know, this looks like The Wall, Pink Floyd The Wall movie animations. American atomic supremacy looms. Damn right. USA. All right, so they're clearly gonna they're harvesting more spores in order to win the atomic race against America.
It's like Metallica knows what is metal, but they just outsource it.
Yeah. Sporovie. So they're talking about spores.
Are you trying to read the Cyrillic?
Yeah. So now it's something about nuclear war.
Yeah, like this is everything I love. It's zombies, it's the Cold War. It's
Nuclear zombies.
nuclear zombies.
Oh, okay. So the Soviet plan is to have a zombie army that can survive a nuclear war, I guess. Oh.
Probably inspired by that Indiana Jones movie that
Yeah.
came out.
This reminds me of the Japanese bubonic plague bomb.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I know our listeners can't hear the audio, but this is the album version of Death Magnetic, which was, if you forgot, was brick-walled mastered to death. It sounds terrible. There's no dynamic range.
Yeah, lots of spores. Okay, so
now they're in San Francisco because of course they are.
Yeah, because the spores are reanimating the flesh. It's basically a zombie bomb, I guess. A bomb.
A Zombomb.
Zombomb.
So
They're in the subway. They're in the BART. I guess this is the Muni. But maybe they're on the BART. Maybe they're going to Oakland.
Oh,
Like,
wait. So the BART. Wait. Doug is closest to San Francisco. Does the BART go to San Jose or does the BART go to Oakland? I always forget.
The BART goes across the bay, so it goes to like Oakland and Berkeley.
Yeah, the Berkeley.
And you could take the Muni to San Jose.
I got it. Okay.
But I'm not sure what's built in 1952.
The answer is nothing. Yeah, because
I think it's just
hardly
those, like,
started before the 1970. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like those Rice-A-Roni trolley cars. I think that's all they have.
So anyway, the mastering. Oh, so now they have atomic bombs, and I think the idea is they want to. They're justifying nuking the shit out of the U.S. because they release their spores.
But they also have like weird. I don't know if anyone else read this book as a kid, but there was like this the White Mountains, like they're about tripods. They're like these alien things. They look like tripods here.
For the world.
All right, so if you're going to listen to this album, there is a so-called iTunes remaster that is much more listenable. It's not as brick-walled. And that is for sale at Metallica.com, and you can pay a premium to get Flex. Lossless files.
Ooh, okay.
And that's what I did. So.
Yeah, I mean, because this is a great
disc.
Yeah, I don't think they made a disc. Oh, so there's a little epilogue that's after the song ends.
I mean, this is a great album. It's just recorded. It just has. You're right. Like the dynamic range, it sounds like it's coming out of like a little like mono speaker, like in a handheld radio in 1978.
Well, we'll get to that in our Rick Rubin episode, but he's this brilliant producer that just works with terrible engineers.
Yeah, well, but how much of it was Metallica going, make it louder?
Yeah.
Make it louder than everything else. All right, we're going to wrap it up with one more video.
I'm excited.
We watched the extremely long version of the Unforgiven. So what do you think is next?
An extremely short version of the Unforgiven.
An extremely short version of one. This is called the Jammin' version.
Ooh, that sounds pretty metal. Yeah.
I hope it's 14 seconds long.
It is. It's 5 minutes long.
Okay.
All right, so if you watch one as many times... Oh, shit, I didn't unmute it for us. Makes no difference to the listener. But
hey, also shout out to this video because this is the video that I tricked you into buying your first Metallica CD that started your whole path of mayhem.
It is. So, yeah, we can go. Oh, shit, they're already in the vocals. Like, that was so fast. So the
intro solo.
That's gone. Fuck you and fuck your intro solo. So, it was on Beavis and Butthead, right?
Yeah.
So we were watching Beavis and Butthead in 1993, and one came on, and Matt said something along the lines of, "You have to buy this." So the next time we were at Tower Records or Sam Goody or Waxy Maxie's or whatever.
Oh, Waxy Maxie.
Whatever store we were at, I went and bought the album this is on. Fast forward like 80 years, and we have a metal podcast. That's how we got to where we are. This song.
Yeah.
Basically,
not even this song, but 30 seconds of this song.
I wanted to hear the song again, but I also didn't want to use any of my money. So I basically manipulated Tim and created his whole personality.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
You know what? I miss all the shots from that movie.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that would be good to talk about. So this video is shot in 88, I want to say. Maybe 89.
Yep.
And it's
I think
Metallica
88.
playing in a warehouse. That's not even a warehouse. They're playing in a rehearsal studio. And it's shot in black and white, and they're just playing the song to each other. The full version of the video has clips from the movie Johnny Got His Gun, based on the book Johnny Got His Gun, which is what this song is based on. And if you're ever in a good mood, and the day that never comes doesn't kill your good mood, and Turn the Page music video doesn't kill your good mood, read Johnny Got His Gun. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the most fucking depressing book ever. But you know what was in there that I found interesting is a certain prayer. Now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep, which rears its head again in Enter Sandman, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I think Beavis and Butthead said, like, this is where the song gets good.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
so when,
definitely like a yeah.
yeah. Oh wait, you mean
Yeah.
so when Fade to Black plays this live, there's one Jason Newsted headbang that I always do, no matter how much my neck hurts. And it's after this. So I wonder if they cut it out. But like, this video was just iconic. They made it on a shoestring budget. Most of that probably went to the film producers.
Yeah.
Of so they could get the rights for Johnny Got His Gun.
Here's a fun fact. So the author of Johnny Got His Gun, Dalton Trumbo, who was also the director and screenwriter of the movie, was blacklisted as a communist. So that ties in with our previous Soviet video there.
Well, that was definitely planned and not at all a coincidence.
Not even a little bit. Man, Tim, do you still have the VHS copy of 2 of 1?
I do have 2 of 1. It's right over there.
Yes.
Mine is still at my parents' house.
All right. Keep the lights on, because I'll be over in 45 minutes as soon as this episode is over.
No, this is the short version.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
That's
Fading
it.
out.
Yeah.
That's like...
Oh, wait. Lars starts
hold on.
talking. Oh. We have this really original thing. Keep in mind our audience can't hear what Lars is saying.
Right.
Is Lars the world's most famous Danish person?
No.
What about...
Who's a more famous Dane than Lars from Metallica?
Soren Kierkegaard.
Kierkegaard.
Okay. So Dave, you're telling me if I'm on the street...
No, you're thinking of Dick Van Patten.
Yeah.
No, he's Dutch.
No, that was a Wayne's World reference.
Oh, okay.
You dumb fuck.
Sorry.
We haven't. We do have an episode coming up.
Yeah, it's not the episode yet, asshole.
Right.
So
we do have an episode coming up where this is half Dave's idea and half my idea. It's going to be Bill and Ted. Yeah, stay tuned for this. Bill and Ted versus Wayne's World versus Airheads. So that was a Wayne's World reference. So.
If I went on the streets of Essex, Maryland, and I had a photograph of Lars Ulrich, a picture of Soren Kierkegaard, and another picture of Hans Christian Andersen, and said, which of these Danes do you know? I guarantee the people of Essex know Lars Ulrich over either Soren Kierkegaard or Hans Christian Andersen, hands down.
You're totally right.
Which Shakespeare play was about a Dane. Which one was that?
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Prince of Denmark. Yeah, okay,
I should have known that, Jack Panzer.
Yeah, precisely.
Wait, that was Macbeth. Fuck.
That was Macbeth, but I think they didn't write a Hamlet song, did they? But Matt, I was approaching it from the opposite direction, which was name a famous Dane. And I wonder if Lars would be most Essex dwellers' famous Dane of choice. If you were to say, hey, who's the most famous Dane there is?
Like, if you're doing
You're like,
top...
man, fuck Sweden.
Yeah, people in Essex would go, I don't know who Dane is, but tell him he can't come around here no more.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most famous Dane in Essex is Dane Cook.
Bucks.
Hands down. And then those Danish butter cookies you buy at 7-Eleven that everyone uses as a sewing kit. That's next. And then Lars, and then Kierkegaard, and then Hans Christian Andersen.
What?
I have to say, after living there for 5 years,
you live close enough.
Literally every car
you were upstream from them, upriver.
Anytime you pass a car with some white guy 40 or less in it, it was always Metallica or White Zombie without fail. Nothing else ever. But it's like Time Stop or Pantera, excuse me. Yeah. But nothing released after 1995. It's like time just stopped. It's great.
Dude, all right.
I haven't taken my wife out to Essex yet, and I feel like that's an experience.
I feel like Fade to Black should be booking shows in Essex.
Yeah. Pizza John's days experience.
We've been to Dundalk together, but okay, Pizza John's.
They've been open since 1967, and nothing's changed since then.
Right? They hire teenage girls to be the cashiers, and none of them appear to have been trained properly. They're like, yes, you're hired. And then you ask them a question like, can I do half and half on a pizza? And they don't know, But the pizza's good.
What are you doing
Mondays?
7 p.m.?
I don't want to go to Dundalk or Essex or Middle.
It's in Essex. They've closed on Monday.
They've got plenty of locations. They're in Mount Vernon. They're in Roland Park.
No. You can't go to the Roland Park location.
All right, so
Falston.
That's gentrified.
My statement for Matt. So
holy shit, Lutherville,
north of Essex. We're narrow casting to our Baltimore audience right now. North of Essex is Middle River. Okay, in Middle River, there is a shopping center that used to have an Ames in it. Do you remember Ames?
Oh, I remember Ames.
The one on Veers Mill? Yeah.
And the Ames sign is still there. So nothing. So when did Ames go out of business? Like 2005? Something like that? 2003?
Yeah, I looked it up. They're close in 2002. That Ames, maybe even earlier than that, like 99.
Nothing ever
2002.
Nothing ever moved in to that space to replace the Ames sign.
In 20 years, my God.
Well,
Ames department store filed for bankruptcy in December 20th, 1992.
30 years. I remember the Ames that was up at that shopping center at Veers Mill Road that was impossible to get into.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That has it was home to the Korean corner and is now home to a unique bazaar.
I love both of those establishments.
My Korean corner story is I once tried to buy ginger beer there, and they carded me. And I was like, but it's not alcoholic, it's ginger beer. And they had to get a manager and everything. That's my Korean corner story.
I used to love going to Korean Corner just for junk food. Man, Shrimp chips.
My Crane corner story ends, why are you making her choose between you and Jesus? And then I say, why are you? Oh, that's a different story.
It's pretty good. Okay, so let's bring it back to Metallica. That was an odd stroll down very, very specific memory lane.
You know what I'm talking about? Places where Ames used to be and Heartbreak.
If you want more of that,
yeah, go to the Patreon
era. Well, yeah, go to the Patreon. Link in the description. Actually, just go to the link tree. The link is in the link tree.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want more of that era of Metallica, I highly recommend you watch Heavy Metal Parking Lot, which is going to be the subject of a different episode. So
I also recommend, if you're going through a bad breakup, listen to the S&M 1 version of the Outlaw Torn on repeat as you're driving through Damascus, Maryland, crying.
All right, so that was oddly specific.
I mean, just if you happen to be there.
It's the regional appeal, Tim.
I try to avoid Damascus.
Yeah, I did too. But sometimes you just end up there.
By the way, when I hear Damascus, I only think of Damascus, Maryland.
Good.
Yeah.
Even when they're talking about Syria?
Yeah. What?
Especially.
Aleppo?
No, I meant Damascus.
Aleppo, Maryland.
Isn't that a pepper?
And if my face becomes sincere, beware, yeah.
Yeah!
All right. Until next time, we're gonna keep Maytallica going strong. Lots more Maytallica content coming, and hopefully fewer stories about various Baltimore County economic decline. Until next time, Metal Nation, keep it Metallica.
Does your guy's therapist let you drink in the office? Because mine does, and it's great.
That one really went off the rails, didn't it?
I know. That was amazing.